you know, because we saw that the asylum was hot on this topic was, you know, Verzuz.
Yeah.
And I guess what I said on my IG after the Verzuz. And I stand on that.
Facts.
I stand on it because it was 100% facts, like C- just said. Facts. Oh, facts, B.
Word.
Know what I mean? It was what it was. But I'll say this. Look, doing the show, I had a good time rocking The Hill versus Onyx. It was dope. They brought their show. And in spite of what the crowd was and the circumstances and all that, they brought it, we brought it, and it was a dope experience. So, like, if people got to see it and not even think about what the crowd is and you just look at the energy that the groups brought, it's dope. You know what I mean? But if you look in context of what Verzuz is supposed to be, that part was lacking because it wasn't a genuine hip-hop crowd there that was there only for the two bands.
Yes.
Because usually, you know, that's what it is. Like the crowd that's there is there for the two groups or the two artists that are going heads up.
Yep.
It's not like a mixture of, well, we're doing this event and this event together.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I know about that, and you know, they're a little bit touched that I said this, but it's a fact, right? Not all boxing fans are fans of hip hop.
That part.
There are some of us that are, you know, that are stoners that we appreciate boxing. Did I slip right now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I just want to make sure I don't owe.
I think you're good.
I'm trying to make sure I don't owe as I tell this story.
Yeah.
It will just say the barbecue would taste so much better once you
Yes, sir.
once you do the flip.
Yes, no, I'm gonna flip. I know this. It's inevitable. But what was I saying?
The boxing.
But the box, yes,
Yeah.
there are some of us that are stoners that we enjoy boxing. We watch it since we were kids.
Right.
Yes.
That's a big thing right there, age.
Right.
Most people, like UFC is the younger thing. Boxing is for people, not saying it's for people, but the majority of the people watching boxing, 40, 50, 60 and up. So that's not always necessarily the crowd that's going to be there for hip-hop.
And usually boxing fans just want to see the boxing.
Right.
Yes.
They don't care about anything else. They don't care about anything else but that. And hip-hop fans, some of them appreciate boxing, but some of them are just there for the show.
Yes.
And, you know, you didn't have enough of that, you know, of those fans, and you had a mixture of those fans. So some cared about it, some didn't necessarily care so much. And it's a great idea. They just got to bridge it together properly. But my main problem wasn't that, because I mean, you know, that's a building block. And it's a thing that they're building. It's a new vehicle. So you're gonna have your obstacles and things that you have to get through to make it right and dial it in. Because this was the first time they did that and crossed two events to be one, right?
Right.
But realistically, you know, done if it was just a straight up hip hop crowd there meant to absorb Onyx and Cypress Hill, it would have been a whole different story. Had they ran live with it like they had done all the other battles.
That was everything there.
Yeah, that you know, because a lot of people didn't get to see it.
Nope. Everybody got shortchanged. And you know what? I hate to say it, but I agree with the people. Meaning Verzuz was built off of the concept of you could watch a live dope concert
Around
anywhere in
the world
for free.
Yeah.
You didn't have to enter in your email address. You didn't have to fill out forms. It was at your fingertips. So to me, you fuck the people. You know what I'm saying?
Word?
Hey, whatever. I'll take it. It needed to be said that way. It did. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. Because they needed to hear that real talk. Because at the end of the day, people, listen, even if you would have charged $1, people would have said no. Because you are Verzuz. What you are known for and what they should have done, because they want to make the money, you got to make money. When you know you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people, if not 1 million people live, all the stuff on the stage that's behind you, you charge more for the advertising, you charge more for that. You don't charge the people. That's where they went wrong.
Dude, I had people DMing me like that watch the show, and they're like, "Hey, bro, can you go live?" And I try to go live, and like I don't know, my phone like
I got to.
Yeah,
a few
I
times,
heard you
yeah.
did, but that's what they said because I texted them afterwards, and they're like,
Yeah, there was
they just want to see the show.
there was a few folks that were able to go live on it
Yeah.
and
Yes.
streamed some of it, maybe the last 30 minutes and stuff like that, so people could see it. Because I mean, you had people complaining that like, well, I just wanted to see y'all battle, and I had to pay X amount of dollars and
Yep.
to watch fights I didn't really want to see. I just wanted to see you guys.
Somewhere 1 minute.
And then again, the flip side, the people that just wanted to see the fights, like, hey man, I paid to see these fights. Why I gotta watch this hour and a half of these two groups I don't know
Yeah.
or don't care about?
Yeah.
Right? So you have this. They got something there. They could make it happen. They just should have planned it out to do that later and deal with the gold they had in Cypress and Onyx and
Yep.
doing that live on
Yep.
IG properly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because I mean, they definitely didn't have the viewership.
No way, not even close. And you know what really killed that too? The same thing was, it's like when you don't have the right crowd, a battle, your crowd is what's basically telling you who's doing what, right?
Yes.
Real talk. When
Yes.
you
Exactly.
watch whoever's getting up there, who's rocking that crowd and who is the crowd saying, yo, this is what we're bumping to. When you got a bunch of mummies sitting out there, and it was Onyx and Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
There was no energy. So
No.
Onyx is putting out songs with real high BPMs, bumping, and you see the crowd just dead.
Kelly Blaze had the
Cypress-
most energy at that
You,
whole
you
place.
damn right. I was
He-
up on my
Yeah.
feet.
I will
rocking.
say you're the only guy that was
right.
standing the whole time. I just didn't stand up because I'm so big, and the guys
Yeah.
behind me couldn't see it. And they didn't
Oh,
want to stand.
so can I? And I just said,
but-
stand
but-
Hey
up.
man, I don't want to see your back,
But
dude.
since you were in front of me, I was like, you had it covered. But dude, like I think we had the most rocking group
Yes.
in our little section there of everyone.
Oh,
hanging
yeah, it was
out.
fun.
We
compared
did.
compared to the rest of everyone else, dude. It was kind of
Yeah.
weak.
Yeah, it's just they tried something and it needs work. A lot of it. Like I don't know exactly how they would bridge that properly to make it function the way they want, but I could tell you that in terms of doing verses and what it's supposed to be, we didn't get the fair run. And I don't mean as in Cypress Hill. I mean as in Onyx and Cypress Hill. We didn't get the fair run.
That's correct.
Both.
Got it.
Yeah,
Short changed, as they say for me.
yeah. Short change.
I
But,
would get short changed.
And I think they got mad from my post earlier and all that stuff. But I'm
They
just,
need to hear
I'm
it.
just speaking the truth because like I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man, that was the greatest verses ever. It wasn't.
Lovely.
It was dope. The way all the production and how we filmed it, but in terms of impact and people seeing it, it was the verses that wasn't.
Yep.
Yep.
Nobody got to see it.
I mean,
That's how I look at it. Like, yeah, the people that were there saw it, and the people that love Onyx and love Cypress Hill that much that they would pay for it and all that stuff, and go through all the hoops to watch it. That's all good. But like, the masses that would normally see this,
yep.
yeah,
Got
Agreed.
yeah. And they didn't get to see it.
No, and
And we didn't get to present it. So it is what it is. I mean, maybe there's a do-over situation. I don't know. I don't know what there is. Maybe
You could just host it here
nah.
and do live.
This is too small.
no, I loved how there
I mean, if you
was-
want to do it live, I was just saying.
Well, no, there's places to do it. My spot ain't it because
Well,
I
whatever.
gotta
I mean,
take
like-
everything out.
in the ground.
Dom's like, no.
No, they say, we just set this up. No, there's places you can do it here and do it proper and film it. I mean,
Yeah.
again, the production that Triller put behind it was awesome.
They did
Yeah.
great.
That is gonna
Cameraman,
look.
yeah.
It's gonna look amazing when people see it, like on the in demand or wherever it lands.
Right. Yep.
Because it's gonna land somewhere.
Yeah.
So people will eventually get to see it. I'm talking about the live aspect, which is why a lot of us artists do it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the whole magic in doing verses, was that they were gonna throw it on there live and people around the world would see it.
Yep.
Damn.
And again, they tried something different and it maybe didn't work as they thought it would. I know it didn't for us.
Why?
Unless they would have
I
had
did-
like actual rappers boxing.
I had fun and it was cool to be rocking on stage in the forum against our brothers and all that. But it like as the experience goes, it wasn't it.
I just wonder, why did they decide this was the one that they were not going to show on the IG Live when it's been
'Cause they were
historically?
combined.
Because
they were
because
combined.
they were invested in pay-per-view.
Yes, with the boxing.
They can't win if they allow this, if they're trying to do pay-per-view and drive them to the certain direction, they can't allow it to exist live somewhere for free.
Damn.
Because it goes against the purpose. You know what I mean? So, they thought that they had a strong enough brand to get those people that normally watch for free to come get down with the pay-per-view.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was a big gamble. Because, you saw the production.
Yeah, it was great.
Huge, man.
was so
shout out
amazing.
to the camera
How
guy.
much money you think they
A lot.
spent?
At least like
That's a lot.
$800.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yo,
$800, all right.
That cameraman, one of them was a gangster. He was running.
Dude, the
He was-
crane.
Yeah, no, the crane guy was great.
It was amazing to watch.
But
It was a
there
great production.
There was a
Yeah, the production.
Dude, that was $1 million production right there.
Easily.
Easily.
Probably over that.
Yep.
It was
Probably
awesome.
well over that.
Hey,
It was
man.
it was nice.
You
It
could-
looked awesome.
You could feel the flames whenever you
Yeah.
hit the
Oh,
fair.
boy.
Oh, that
Oh yeah, I felt the flames. It fucking
Dude.
almost
Dude,
singed me.
They had the
I was
spark.
I got
Wondering.
singed right
we,
there.
we felt the flames like
Right
like
where we were.
like probably like 150 feet
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
Like when those flames went out, I was like, man, dude,
Got warm.
what's it like on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking.
And then the firework, the big sparklers.
That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
They did both the fire and the sparkler at the same time. I
Yeah.
was like, this is the craziest.
it looked cool like that.
Yeah.
It was
It's
it was great if you were there.
Now, when you see the crowd's reaction,
I know.
you expect to see mosh pits
Yes.
and all.
Yeah.
But they weren't. See, that's the whole thing. It wasn't a hip hop crowd like that. These folks were there for the boxing,
There's the flame.
and we were the sideshow.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they, it's sort of like when you go to an awards show.
Yep.
And they fill in people into these spots when they're going to do a live performance, and they're not necessarily doing anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're fillers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what that was like. I mean, sure, there was Onyx and Cypress fans in those pits, but most of them, they asked, it was filler.
Yeah, but
I mean, it wasn't like actual, like it just wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Like it should have been like fans, right? Like just like
Fans of Onyx and Cypress.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Well,
They should have had a special contest for that.
And there were a few in there. But most of these were boxing fans that were there for boxing. They said, okay, they're corralling us in to watch the sideshow, so let's go do it. And they did, willing enough, for a while, and then they started petering off towards the last 3 songs or something like that, going back to their seats because they figured the fights were about to start again.